wanted to talk to you really quick and just give you a quick update on what's going on. I came out tonight to go wrangle up some bucklings and put rubber bands on their balls. But I was thinking it would be a good night to do it since it's raining. But they are just out. They are not in the shelter where I expected them to be, and I'm not going to chase them at night in the rain and the mud, so I'm going to have to figure out something smarter. The reason I'm doing that, I've gotten a little ahead of myself. What's up, guys? Is, as you probably know, I won't explain why, but I've been crazy busy over the past few weeks, really, like working till, or doing stuff or whatever, till midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, for a while. I thought tonight was going to be our first night to go to bed early. Lo and behold, we've got a new kid. A new goat popped out. That means a lot of things for me. But first and foremost, it probably means that I'm going to be bottle feeding a baby goat every 2 hours throughout the night and during the day for quite some time now, 2 to 4 hours. So that's the thing I'm working on now. And what made me think about doing this video and whatever else is I almost never ever drink soda. And the little nipples for the goat milk go onto a soda bottle. Didn't have one, so I had to go down to the store to buy one. So I bought a A&W cream soda. You know what it cost me? It's almost $3, which that's what you pay for. You pay less than that for an energy drink. This is a caffeine-free little bottle of soda, A&W cream soda from freaking Dollar General. So, to put this into perspective, of course you guys understand that when I think about issues like that, I think of them as a business owner and my products and my pricing for my own products. So what blows my mind is, yeah, $3 generally. What blows my mind is anybody who runs a business and sells a premium product or even a non-premium product listens to people complaining about prices. But I want to put prices into soda dollars, okay? So, right, anybody complaining about $400 knife, I get it. $400 is a lot of money because this inflation is blown out of proportion. Our entire society has been set up to fail. I won't even get into all of that. I won't even get into the reason for these stupid prices and all the people screaming for help who are going to make the prices worse. But that $400 knife, I understand complaining about that price because $400 is a lot of money. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. We'll say $300. $300. That's 100 sodas, guys. You're talking about an absolutely wonderful knife on the economy right now. Just a literal work of art, an amazing feat of industrial capability with metallurgy and everything else, and a massive workforce and tons of employees and millions, if not billions of dollars of equipment to bring you this $300 knife. And everybody's complaining about the price of the knife. And I'm over here, I didn't even realize that it cost you like 100 sodas. I feel like I could walk down to the store or walk down somewhere, and if I had to buy 100 sodas for a party or something, I'd be looking at a price of what, $40? 30, $40, even if they're in bottles. But the reason that sodas are sold in single bottles for almost $3, even in a place where the cost of living is extremely low, is because the market will bear it. enough people are paying that every single day for supply and dictate to that to be a fair and equitable price. Because it was too expensive and nobody bought it, then they couldn't sell enough of it to restock it, and product would be sitting, and that would cost them money, and they would have to drop the price. $3. And so how many dollars is, let's just say I'm going to buy one like super important knife. You know, I'm a knife nerd, guys. I could never buy a knife in the rest of my life and I'd still have way too many knives. I could supply an entire platoon with knives and I would still have way too many knives, okay? But let's just say I wanted one really good knife and I was going to use it a lot and I was going to use it often, okay? The research and development behind modern steels like MagnaCut, the number of employees that it takes, the skilled labor, the distribution, the wholesale, the marketing, literally machines are millions of dollars. Haas, CNC, again, skilled labor, not stupid labor, taxes, more taxes, city taxes, state taxes. You've got to pay, you've got to match your employees' taxes, Social Security, insurance, employment insurance, building insurance, equipment insurance, vehicle insurance, everything insurance, lots of insurance because you're making knives, so the liability is high. And you're doing all of this and you're selling a product for 100 sodas. And people are complaining about the price. And the people are complaining about the price. I'm gonna paint this with a broad brush stroke here. So if you're an outlier, if this doesn't fit you, well that's perfectly fine. That's okay. But the average person who's complaining about these prices on these knives, they are the people that will go buy a single soda. They probably buy cigarettes too, and they probably buy alcohol, and they probably get fast food all of the time, and they probably pay for 29 subscriptions on whatever, and they probably pay for an OnlyFans account, among other things. And they're gonna they'll and that's a broad stroke because that's the world we live in. But they'll complain about this tool that costs $300 when if you adjust for cost of living, you could easily pay a month's wages on a good handmade knife back in the day when people were actually working hard labor, and it would be worth it. And so people will spend all of this money to kill themselves and spend all of their time watching football and getting fat and literally trying to die as soon as possible to get cancer, to get obese, to get high blood pressure, to get as much medication as possible. And then they're going to complain about the medical system because they think that they have a right to somebody else's labor and a right to free medical help. And all this stuff gets tied in. And the thing that really gets their goat is the $300 or $400 knife. Flip side of that, what knife is going to be $400? I'm interested, from Bruce. I don't know, man. I think the workhorses were $500, and that was with a custom separate sheath. Maybe they were $550. I don't remember, honestly, at this point. Over 3/8 of an inch thick. Cost me a fortune to get those onto the market, you know. The Adventure and Jackalopes that are coming out that are Cerakoted orange and blue with the disco scales from Ukraine that are absolutely wild, they're going to be a little bit expensive. You know, they're probably going to be $200 and $250. You guys, I want to make them as affordable as I possibly can. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to talk about it. Jessup, dude, I hugely appreciate it. You're blowing my mind, man. So the review of the knockoff Bussy has taken much longer than expected. I'm going to call it the Chessie. I did it all for the Chessie. The Chessie. We tested the Rockwell on that. That will probably be next week. I'll upload a whole bunch of shorts, though, because after I review the Chessie and we're going to break it, maybe Joe X style, maybe not, then I'm going to send it to Peters for a steel analysis and to confirm heat treat. Some people in the industry were really rude when it came to the heat treat, by the way. Like, Leischwitz knives were like, I've talked to this guy dozens of times. I've talked to this guy's wife over the years. I've really been a fan of his work, especially with Hogue. And he was super rude in the post. Are you going to test the knife at the edge, or are you just going to do it at the spine? Like, I'm retarded, and as if it would be differentially hardened. Like, stuff's weird. Stuff's weird. Anyways, we're gonna verify hardness, verify composition. That will add a good bit of time to the full review. However, through the shorts that I will upload, you guys will know what happened before the full video goes up. Kevin, I see your chats there. Usually when I go live, I'm on a computer, and then I've got a phone on the side to keep up with chats. I don't have that right now. I'm just standing in the rain with the phone before I go back in to mix up some goat milk. So it's hard for me to stay up on the comments there. But I want to wrap this up, guys. I did a podcast with Fisher Blades, the Fisher brothers, and that was fantastic. That will be up ideally on Friday on the Behind the Edge podcast. I'm going to try and make that an every week thing now. That will be a big deal. The week after that, I believe I'll have a podcast with John Jr. from White River Knife and Tool to talk about the situation with Crucible. I've got ideally... He said he would, but nothing's in stone yet. Andy Roy from Fiddleback Forge, and he's just done a ton of stuff in the knife industry lined up. And then I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of other people. This is something that I plan to upload, if I can, every single Friday, hopefully at 6 p.m. Central. And I think we'll be able to talk to the breadth of people I know in this industry is wide. A lot of different levels of makers, a lot of different types of makers, a lot of production company guys with a lot of different opinions and different experiences. And I think I can really bring a unique value to the industry and to the people who are interested in the industry through these podcasts. So I'm excited to be rocking and rolling with that. So I'm about to get out of here. Kevin, yeah, I'm mixing up goat milk. So we've got goat colostrum powder and goat milk replacement. We will not be catching mama and milking her and giving the baby her milk. We will be giving the baby replacement. The baby also has one bowed leg, which can naturally resolve itself through supplementation or if it's done early on. So we're going to be focusing on that. So but at the same time, with freaking inflation and everything else going on, the American Dairy Goat Association is absolutely doing a horrific job of keeping up with demand on goat registration and stuff, and the market has just completely pretty much collapsed on goats. So I'm going to go through all this effort and everything like that on this boy who probably will not sell for more money than I'm going to spend on feeding the doggone guy. So somehow goats are worthless right now, and donkeys, because I need a donkey right now, are exceptionally expensive. I don't understand why we gotta live in a clown world like this, but we do. So get out here, guys. I hope you all have a good Saturday night. Get to church tomorrow morning, as I will. I hope you all sleep well, and I'll talk to you all later.